These are the Samsung Gear Icon X totally wireless earbuds. I've spent about 2 weeks with them, just under 2 weeks, and these are my second set of totally wireless earbuds. And at the price range they are right now, I'm not super thrilled with them. Um, for starters, um, the the charging case does give about 3 full battery lives for the earbuds to go on, which is decent. However, the actual earbuds only last about 90 minutes. And at first, I thought 90 minutes would be enough for me to not really worry about them charging throughout the day, but that is not the case. I do sometimes run into them, giving me the message that 10% battery is left. I also am experiencing disconnection issues. So sometimes my phone will be in my right pocket. I will have my left earbud set as the control earbud or the default earbud, and I will get some kind of interference or some cutting out of the audio, which is frustrating because it's within 2 feet. I know my body is in the middle, but still, like, I feel like it should be able to go 2 feet. On the other side of that, I can have my phone charging in my room and get probably to the other side of the house while still having a connection. So that is nice. There's no connection issues with that. As far as actually charging the earbud case charger, there is not a very long charge time, maybe an hour, maybe two. So you just pretty much have to plug that in daily, depending on how much you actually use your earbuds. I found myself plugging mine in about once every 3 days, maybe every 4 days, um, which I think is too often. And if you guys are using your earbuds more than I am, which I don't feel I use them a ton, then you're going to be plugging these in even more so. Um, so one thing that these have that is really nice is they have the touch. These are touch sensitive. So if you touch one of them, it will start or pause. It'll pause or play your current audio that you're listening to. If you swipe it up, it will turn the volume up. If you swipe it down, it will turn the volume down. I found that this generally works correctly for the most part. I do find myself struggling to skip back a track. So, like, a triple tap will go backwards, I believe. A double tap skips forward. I don't actually usually skip songs or go back to songs. I was mostly using this during podcasts to rewind like 15 seconds or to skip forward 15 seconds. The swipe up and swipe down works almost perfectly as far as the volume up and volume down. It is annoying that the volume gets reset to a lower default, so you have to swipe it up every time you put these back in your ears after turning them off and putting them in the case. That's kind of a pain. But nothing too terrible. The heart rate monitor is something we can talk about. So the heart rate monitor at one point while I was running said I had reached a heart rate of 208 beats per minute. That is incredibly high, and I do not believe that to be accurate. So I took that with a grain of salt whenever it would tell me my heart rate was something crazy, because my Samsung phone would tell me it was something much less. So I don't really know what's accurate. I've never actually used a heart rate monitor other than what's on my phone and what these earbuds are telling me. The other thing is the connecting to, so I have a Galaxy S7. These connected right to it, which was really nice. So basically after the initial connection, I would turn my Bluetooth on my phone, pop this open, pull this out, and as I put it in my ear, I could hear connected. And then you'd put the other one in, and then you'd kind of hear like a a very soft chime that would indicate the other earbud is connected. So that was really nice as far as getting them connected. The previous headphones I had, the wireless headphones, those were the Soul Republic Amps Air, and those did not connect as easy. So I was glad that these worked much better with them. Now, as far as the comfort in the ear, I have to give that a very high rating. So these have these wingtip stabilizers, and I love them. They keep it very secure in your ear. They're almost never gonna fall out. I mean, I had them in, a maximum of 90 minutes because the battery that's as high as the battery can go, as long as it can go. And I never felt like they were loose or anything. I rarely had to adjust them. So I do really like those wingtips. They give you quite a few. So they give you 3 sets of them. They give you 3 sets of the wingtips, and then I think 3 sets of the actual tips. So that's nice. I was able to adjust them. I ended up using the biggest tips because those seemed to give me the best sound and created the best suction, so it would sound good in my ears. As far as the onboard storage, I never was able to get the Samsung Gear Manager to work. I ended up just using like Windows Explorer to drag the files I wanted into the left earbud mass storage device and the right earbud mass storage device. They show up basically as like external device. So like think of like a flash drive or a external hard drive, and then you have to drag and drop the music files you want in there when you're using a PC. You cannot have them in a folder. So I had like 4 albums. I dragged the album folder in there, thinking it would be organized for next time. They didn't recognize, so I had to cut them all out of the folder, paste them in the root of the music folder. I only used that one time. I think I never actually went out running without my phone, so I don't really think that I got the full experience of that, and I do think it's a feature that is not to be overlooked. Also, the battery life when doing the non-Bluetooth connected earbuds, you can get apparently up to 4 hours of music, which I don't know if that's actually true. That seems like a stretch, maybe 3.5. I don't know. Again, I didn't have a ton of experience with it, but I always find this stuff, the battery life claims are generally somewhere like 80 to 90% of what they actually are. I did not use the on-the-go adapter, which is the little white adapter that comes with the headphones. So this takes your micro USB and turns it into USB, which allows you to connect your earbuds to the phone, and then you can then transport music from the phone to here using some software that you can download, the Samsung Gear software. I didn't do that. I don't even have any music files on my phone. I am a avid Spotify listener. I do have a lot of music files on my computer that I honestly haven't touched in years now because I've been using Spotify. So I did pull over some albums from there, and I mentioned that already. I do like these little guys, but right now Best Buy had these listed for $200, and that is what I paid. I will be returning these. I know they were $150 on Amazon right before I bought them on Best Buy, but I really didn't know if I was keeping them or not, so I went ahead and paid the $200 just to have them instantly. If I was to keep them, I would take them back and get them from Amazon, or if Best Buy wanted to price match, I would do that as well. At this moment, I cannot recommend these, not at this price. I think if in a couple years, if this drops and we see like some better battery life and some improvements to the Samsung Gear software that I could not get working, then maybe we can recommend these.